Eat this, drink that, go.
Remember, the wait times at the HCA East Florida Hospital emergency rooms average in the single digits, less than 10 minutes. Just go to hcaeastflorida.com. List all the wait times for all their emergency rooms there, and they update those every 30 minutes, so you'll be ready in case of an emergency, because emergencies don't wait for appointments. That's hcaeastflorida.com. We're here at Bo's Pub, right on Los Olas Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. A wonderful restaurant, kind of a gastro pub with terrific burgers and steaks and shepherd's pie. And the maker of the shepherd's pie joins us too. This is the executive chef, Simon Porter. He's born and raised in England. What is it with you, Bo? You're hiring everybody, you know.
We like to be international, Jimmy. We like to be international. We kind of cross the, we kind of go across the pond for some of our guys. We have to.
Chef, thanks for being a part of it. Wonderful food. We just enjoyed everything you brought out so far. Yeah. Tell us about shepherd's pie, because a lot of folks out there are saying, what is that?
Okay, well, firstly, if you're in the UK,
yes,
it would be known as a cottage pie.
Oh, okay.
Because shepherd's pie is made with lamb and cottage pie is made with beef. But because a lot of people in the US don't really know that, and they get shepherd's pie, that's why we named it shepherd's pie over here.
So is this beef or lamb?
This is beef.
This is beef, okay. All right.
So it's nice. You got a combination of what, like mashed potatoes on the top, right?
Yeah, so we have mashed potato.
Looks good too.
And what gives it the crisp is a little bit of an egg yolk.
Right.
And then underneath, I take, it's a ground beef with carrot, peas, a little bit of onion, and we put like a port wine demi-glaze in. We cook it down, a little bit of the secret sauce, which is Worcestershire, which everyone in Europe loves that.
Right.
And you have a real traditional shepherd cottage pie.
How is it? To me, Jimmy, it all comes down to the demi-glaze. You know that, right?
That's wonderful.
Very good.
Man, is that good. I've learned so much about British food recently. What's bubble and squeak?
Okay, so bubble and squeak is actually, that's interesting. It's normally from the leftovers of a Sunday roast.
Oh, I see.
So it would be like your boiled potatoes mashed up with Brussels sprouts or cabbage.
Anything's left over from the meal.
Anything, well, from vegetables and potato. And then you make them into potato cakes. And you can traditionally serve it with sausages, bacon. It's a really beautiful dish.
And look, I tell you what, that shepherd's pie is another thing I'd come here and order at Bo's Pub. That's really delicious. God, how did he find you?
Well, long story.
We searched. We went on a search. We went on an international search.
Is that right?
Yes, that's right. He was in Puerto Rico at the Ritz-Carlton at the time, and we dragged him out of there. Promised him a lot of stuff and didn't deliver it to him, but he came anyway. So.
Do you enjoy Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
This is a terrific restaurant in a lot of ways, and I can see why, because of your cooking. This is absolutely wonderful. Do they talk to you about the wines that pair, or beer, or any of those kinds of things?
I just drink any alcohol.
It doesn't matter. It's just like whatever's good. Just poured pie. It's wet and it's alcoholic. I like it.
But we have tried. We've tried to get a good balance in our beer selection from some of the craft beers that everyone are looking for, and then the traditional beers, and we got plenty of different kind of beers on bottle. And the other thing we've tried to do, Jimmy, is we've tried to give somebody a little better option from the wine standpoint when they come in. Normally they'd say it's a sports bar. Well, no, it's not. It's a gastropub, and so we've tried to bring the level of our wine selection up.
And you've done it. Signature cocktails too. We're going to tell you some in our next segment. You do an old fashioned that looks delicious, and some other things that
we've brought in. We brought in mixologists to come and give us some of our own kind of mixtures there, and just do a thing. But we're really trying to give everybody. Las Olas is a great place to come for us, and people come. They want to dress up a little bit. They want to have a nicer meal, and so we're trying to provide that in a more relaxed atmosphere for them, where they can feel comfortable coming really any way they are, but know that they're going to get a meal that's of high quality, and that they're going to, and that more importantly is going to be a good value for them.
It's wonderful, Chef. Do you play with the menu some? I mean, you adding new things, find new things with it.
Like what I really found in Fort Lauderdale is variety is what makes it. The more options, the more different things that we can offer. And it's exciting for me as well because I get to try, like for instance, the poutine that we do here. I put a harissa mayonnaise on, so that originates from Tunisia.
Right.
So I worked on cruise ships for 6 years before, so I got to travel around the world. So I really got to find different flavors from around the world. And here I've got the opportunity to use a lot of those flavors in my cooking.
This is a passion of Bo's, which is wonderful. And you can feel that when you come into one of his restaurants. Bo's Pub is it's got a very warm feel to it. But what you find in all the restaurants is the warmth of the people they hire, which really is that's where you want to go, right? And Chef Simon has made some great dishes from around the world that are just wonderful. They do a lot of fun things, both on the brunches, on the weekends with bottomless mimosa, Bloody Mary, and rosé for sparkling wines, both Saturday and Sunday too. See, I wish I lived closer. You know, every time I come here, they got daily specials too. They got all kinds of fun
The
stuff.
other thing, Jimmy, is we serve our menu through, we have the upstairs, the balcony,
Right.
which is kind of a younger, a little more hip crowd up there, kind of enjoying the DJs and
Something
everything
like
up there.
for me.
Yeah, just exactly for you. But we're serving a late night menu up there, and it's this food, and so even if you're up here and just up having some drinks on a Saturday, Friday night, and it's 11 or 12 o'clock, you want some food, we're going to give you some nice food.
You need something to hook.
Something to
Exactly.
something to
Well, that's what happens,
get you home
right?
at night.
You go on Las Olas Boulevard, you go down to the beach of Fort Lauderdale, maybe, you say, I need to get something to hook. I'll go to Bo's Pub.
That's it.
And you can sit upside,
That's it.
sit upstairs and overlook this beautiful avenue outside here, which is just a great place. I love Las Olas. And like I said, I've always wanted to live up here. And one of these days, I'm going to get that to happen, I guess. Simon, is there one dish on the menu that Bo always needs to order? Does he get after you about one dish, or does he really like one? He's talked about the Philly cheesesteak already. I know he likes
Right, yeah. He likes
it.
Philly
You complain about
cheesesteak.
any of them?
He gives me advice.
Oh.
I always know when especially if I push open the kitchen door and I see that look in his face, like, oh, here he comes again.
What's the best piece of advice he's given you, Simon?
Oh, no, he's just like from flavors.
I'm gonna give you the best piece of advice I can give you right now. Don't listen to me when I try to give you advice. That's the best piece of advice I can give you. Do your thing. You're doing just fine.
Yeah, I can tell.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love the menu, obviously, because I created it.
Right.
But, I think some of our signature dishes, like the shepherd's pie, short rib, these are things which really stick out. And it's not something that you can get everywhere.
Right, absolutely right. Does it have any, when you were creating this menu, did you think back of your days in England? There's a pub on every corner. I know the shepherd's pie would be there. Right?
Florida, firstly, is a wonderful place to get ingredients from around the world. And I was just talking the other day to another chef colleague of mine, that from the UK, I can get the ingredients. Like when I was in Puerto Rico, it used to drive me a little bit crazy because they didn't have a lot of these things.
Right.
Like we've got wonderful Irish sausages here. So we do a bangers and mash with an onion gravy. Well, that's something that you can't get. Like I say, I couldn't get those things.
My goodness.
Yeah, Reuben spring roll. We do that with a Russian dressing. So, it's just like a Reuben sandwich, A lot of people don't realize, they think a Russian dressing has, sweet pickle in it. Well, that's actually like a Thousand Island dressing. Russian dressing is a little bit more spicier. It has horseradish in it and it has a hot sauce.
See, now that sounds better already, doesn't it? I like it. Like, this is a great place. Again, it's Bo's Pub. It's right on Las Olas Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. If you've not been up here, you got to make it. And stop here first, because I think you'll enjoy it for a number of reasons. One, the food is terrific. That shepherd's pie is outstanding. And the wine list is terrific. The beers are great. The hospitality is special. And I think if you want to watch a sports event, it's a good place for it. But if you don't like sports, I don't think that much matters either. Because you have a lot of other options up here, a lot of things to do. Anyway, Simon, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to come back in just a minute. Bo's going to stick around. And we're going to be joined by former Dolphin great wide receiver, Matt Moore. We'll talk a little football with you, and we'll try some poutine right after this. And eat this, drink that, go.